Hi, welcome to Sue Marie P. My name's Sue and today I'm going to share how to make a vegetable curry sauce, or a curry sauce that's just a basic curry sauce that you can add veggies, tinned lentils, tinned chickpeas. It's something that you need to have in your repertoire. Anyone can do it. It's super simple. It's something that we have just about every week, and it's cheaper than buying a takeaway curry, and you can have it ready within like 10 to 15 minutes. And you can mix and match whatever vegetables you've got in the cupboard or in the fridge. So let's get cooking. So I'm just going to add in, it's kind of like 2 teaspoons of coconut oil, which is a generous kind of 1 teaspoon that I just popped in. But you can pop in whatever oil that you like cooking with. So while that's melting down, I'm going to chop up my onion. So I'm going to chop it and slice it from the top to the bottom, which is what I like to call stir-fry style. One of my other sauces, how to make béchamel sauce, I've got 2 ways, one gluten-free and one regular, with oat milk, have been super popular. So I'll add the links above if you want to check those out. So I'm just peeling off that kind of outer layer. Little handy tip when you're cooking is have a little bowl where you can throw all the rubbish. And I like to cook that for about 5 minutes until it's soft. And then I've got 1 clove of garlic, so I'm just going to peel that. Once again, I don't like too much garlic in my food. It tends to not agree with me. And for anyone that's avoiding garlic, you could use garlic infused oil, which is great for people following low FODMAP diets, which is really popular in Australia. Or you could also use garlic powder. A good way, if you can't get the skin off, I just chop it in half and then it kind of peels itself off. And garlic tends to burn a little bit quicker than the onion, so it's always good to not add it with the onion, because the onion is a little bit harder and takes a little bit of time to cook down. So that's quite soft, so I'm going to add in the garlic. And I love fresh ginger, so I've got a piece of ginger here, which is a bit bigger than my thumb, so I'm just going to peel that away. And once again, you can either grate it in, but I like to I don't mind eating fine chunks of ginger, because I love ginger. So I cook that for a minute or so, and now I'll start adding in my spices. I've had to write it down because so many recipes that I do, I just make them up as I go. That's how I've been cooking since I was a teenager. But giving recipes on YouTube, it's forced me to actually write things down. So sometimes I need to look at my notes to know what measurement I have to give you. So 2 tablespoons of curry powder. This is a medium one, which is Indian inspired, but you can just buy any curry powder. And having curry powder in your cupboard is a really good backup base for making a homemade curry, instead of having so many different fancy spices. Now, if you do want to add more spice, we like chili, so I often add like a little bit of chili flakes. So I'll just do a little sprinkling, but not completely necessary, because I just want to show you a really basic sauce today. And I often add turmeric, cumin, or ground coriander to mix and match my spices, but today I'm not. I'm keeping it really simple for you. Now, the spice mix in here needs to cook until it's fragrant. I can smell it already, but what I like to do is I like to grab my tin of tomatoes. So this is a tin of crushed tomatoes, 400 grams, which is a UK kind of Australian measurement, and I add like just a splash of that. So I make this kind of like paste. And depending on whether you like tomatoes or not, you can use the whole tin or you can use half a tin. Smelling great already. But then what I'll do, I'm going to add all of the tomatoes now. And if you've got any leftover residue in there, I often just grab some water from the kettle, or I fill it up about that much with some tap water just to rinse out the tin. And then I throw that in. And I've got a tin, 400 gram of coconut milk. I don't buy the fat-free or low fat or anything, I just buy the full fat. But what I like to do is, if you've coconut cream is separated from the water, I like to add that first, and then I've got more control over how liquidy my curry sauce is. Because depending on what vegetables I pop in, or if I'm going to put in tinned lentils or chickpeas, will determine how runny or how thick I like my sauce. So I do that to start, and then I'm left with kind of the water and a little bit of the coconut milk, and then I just add it as I need it. Once the coconut milk is dissolved, I just kind of simmer it for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then if I look at it and I think, oh, I want a little bit more tomato-y-ness, I grab my tomato paste or passata, and I just add a tablespoon or a squirt. Call it a squirt. We'll say it's a tablespoon just for accuracy. And that will make it a little bit richer. And then if you think, oh no, I've gone overboard with my curry powder, or I'm making it for children and they don't like it too spicy, you can add a little bit of lemon juice. So you could add a splash of lemon juice. So the acid counteracts the spiciness. If you don't have lemon juice, you could add lime juice. I'll just let that simmer away for another 5 minutes or so. But that's pretty much it. That's how to make a vegetable curry sauce, or a curry sauce to add with vegetables. If you're still loving meat curries, like with chicken, you can add the chicken as well. But what I'd suggest is probably fry the chicken first, take it out of the pan, and then start cooking everything else. I'm going to have this later on for dinner, and I'm going to throw in just whatever's in my fridge. I think I've got some kale I'm going to throw in, and I might run to the supermarket and get some potatoes, because I love kind of like greens and potatoes. I don't know if I feel like having chickpeas or lentils tonight, so I'll probably leave them out and just make it a total veggie curry. So I hope you've enjoyed my how to make a vegetable curry sauce. Super simple, so much cheaper than ordering Deliveroo or buying takeaway. Once it's cooled down, it'll last in the fridge for about 3 days in a sealed container, or once it's cooled, you could store it in the freezer and just grab it out when you need it. You can separate it into like little containers, so you can just add whatever you want to it. And we often have it with rice. So thanks for watching. I hope you've liked it, and stick around because I'll pop a few other dinner ideas up above, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Yum, yum, yum.